in. So, and if
10 minutes, Deb.
I did. Isn't that what you want?
I was rushing you, but they got a 10-minute timer.
Hey, you're gonna make me choke on a damn pill.
It helps. It helps, though. It does.
But yeah. But I don't see that they go over. This group doesn't.
So, for the rune I drew for Miranda, it was Berkanol, I think is how you say it, which means new beginnings. So I interpret that as you have come through a long journey as going to starting over something new in your life, whether it be a job, a passion, a relationship. I'm getting more towards a passion or work than a relationship. But you're coming into a new season, which with the new year is expected. You're coming into something new that is going to better your life. That's my reading.
All right. Thank you. Buddy.
All right. Hi, Miranda. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Let me see what I feel for you here. Miranda, I'm feeling a female energy, a female in your life. And I feel like this female would have passed in her 60s. Let's see what else I get for you here. I feel like she wants to talk about sewing. So I'm going to lean into that a little bit and see what you get for sewing. And I feel like she's showing me blankets that she has sewn or quilts of some kind. And I feel like this is something that she would have been really good at, sewing and making things. I feel like she might have also sewn dresses or made some clothing of some type. Okay. I feel like this could possibly be an ant. Let's see what else I can get. And if you'll just bear with me, I'm just leaning into it a little bit. I feel like she might have had some issues with her legs because I'm seeing her walk with kind of some stiffness, it looks like. She could potentially have some issues with mobility toward the end of her life. I feel like I want to go back to her head also, because I'm feeling there's some pressure in my head, some pain in the front of my head. And this could be either in relation to passing, or it could also mean that she had some type of headache, like tension headache or migraines. Now, I am hearing that she has children, and I specifically hear daughters, so it's more than one daughter, I believe. I'm hearing the number 2 in relation to when I ask about the daughters. So potentially 2 daughters here. Okay, now I'm getting a physical description of that. So let me lean into this a little bit. I feel like I want to say she has shoulder-length hair. And I'm seeing it's salt and pepper or gray. Salt and pepper or a darker color. I feel like she wears glasses also. And she doesn't appear to be very tall, so not very tall to me would be 5'2" or 5'3". And I feel like she's bringing me to jewelry. And I feel like she's talking about her appearance. And the way she's making me feel is that she would be very well put together, matching jewelry with her clothing or accessorizing herself. Because I see a bracelet. And it's almost like that bracelet has some type of charms on it. And it's almost like she has a matching bracelet and a necklace and the earrings, and everything is just kind of coordinated together. I feel like she would really like shoes as well. Who wants to talk about the shoes? I feel like she probably had several pairs of shoes. And that this is something that she really enjoyed. And I think I'll leave it at that. I gave you quite a bit there, I think. That's okay?
Yeah. We're at 1:22, just about 1 minute and 22.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that's perfect.
Hello. How are you today?
Good, how are you doing?
Well, my cat just said hello too, so I don't know what that was about.
My cats are jumping around here like jumping beans, too.
He doesn't normally meow this late at night, and he got up and went towards me and went, meow. So I don't know if that's poignant or not. Anyway, I keep yawning, and so I don't know if you need some sort of release or you're just tired. but it feels like more of a release where you just have a lot going on in your body. And I got kind of this like sciatica spinal pain type thing that you're maybe a little bit concerned about. It almost feels like, and this sounds super dumb, so just work with me because I'm brand new, but it feels like you've got so much on your shoulders that you're crippling underneath the weight of it. Because like this is kind of how I felt when I was pregnant with my twins. So like there was so much going on in my body that like it just needed to like release and figure it out. And so I don't know if that's relevant to someone who's probably not pregnant with twins. The other thing is there's just a way of just needing to clear your head and be able to, you just stop worrying about the past and make sure that school, why school? You have a lot more to learn in life, and there's a sense of just not, you don't have to worry about the decisions that you made in the past because you have so much more to learn in your life that there's really not going to matter, and it feels really heavy right now. But when you let go and release and just live your life and kind of like go villain era. I mean, like, honestly, like, fuck it. I think you'll be happier and have less regret. There's a lot of school, like, I don't know if you're in a higher degree program, just in a sense of like that ninth house, astrology, the higher learning, teaching, you're going to be at a point where you're going to learn so much in your life that you're going to end up teaching someone else the things. And I want to tell you that basically what you're going through right now is because you're meant to be someone else's guide, whether that's in this life or another, but it's going to matter beyond you. And I just keep getting this lineage thing. Like, I can't. You might be a cycle breaker. There's a lot going on. Read up on things. It's truly just like you have so much to learn and you have so much life ahead of you that it's almost like you're just like stuck right now and you have no idea where to go. And truthfully, it's not going to matter as long as you take that holy cow. It's not going to matter as long as you keep taking that next step forward. And it may not make sense in the past, it may not make sense in the future, but you really are meant. That is one of your higher purposes in life, is that you're learning to teach later on. So that's that.
Okay, let me pause for that.
What's her time?
Yeah, she was at 5:15, 5 minutes, 15 seconds.
Ooh, okay.
So, Do I start it again at 10? Like I would.
Let's see if Stacey can fill it, and let's just see what happens.
Back at 5:10. Let me put it back.
Please don't let the timer freak you guys out. Don't worry
It
about it.
doesn't make a sound. That's what's so good. The minute it goes off, that's why. I don't know if you want me to say 2 minutes. One time you said way back 6 months ago, yeah, but I don't give them no warning because I think it's better, right?
Yeah, I do too.
Well, you just said what I asked.
You're good. I'm back now, so I'm focused. I'm in. So.
I know. I was just telling you where we were at.
Please go for it.
Hey, can everybody hear me? Hopefully. I'm Miranda Cat.
So I'm not going to push it until you start.
Okay. I'm picking up that you're kind of got the blues. You've really been in your head, in your house. And a male's coming through and said, you got to have more companionship than your kitties, although he knows you love your kitties. But you got to get out of there. And you don't like the holidays, I'm getting that. They make you sad more than happy. And you're actually pretty glad they're over. It's what I'm feeling. I do get the female. I'm sorry, fella above me. I don't know your name. But I think I'm getting the same female that you're picking up with the quilts. You got a quilt that you got put away because you don't want to mess it up. You don't want to use it because you're afraid you'll ruin it. This woman that sewed this quilt couldn't sew anymore due to her blurred vision. So she says that quilt is meant to be used. It's meant to be messed up. But maybe you don't get it out because it makes you feel sad to look at. But she said, get it out, look at it, study it. You're going to start to remember things that she taught you. That may mean something to you. That's what I got her saying. Let's see what else I wrote down. Somebody has, and this might be you, I think that might be you, pins and needles in your feet where you're having a hard time getting around because it hurts. Possibly related to your back, which was previously mentioned. Let me see. I'm trying not to throw 1,000 things at you at one time. This fellow, your boyfriend, this is your boyfriend. He had a sister or a female family member who did not appreciate your relationship due to maybe a difference in the way you're brought up. Maybe he was older than you, so it wasn't really. It was kind of frowned upon by different people, but he didn't see the age difference, and neither did you really. And it didn't bother you that people didn't like it either. And it certainly didn't bother him that they didn't like it. And I also picked up that you are the schooling, the further knowledge that you're digging for. It's like I see you seeing somebody in your family. I'm getting a niece or maybe a cousin energy where you see this person going into like a generational pattern that you really hope this person doesn't follow through, go down that path. And you're trying to figure out how to help her. How do I help her? Digging in your archives of books and searching the web, trying to figure out how you can help change the trajectory of the way the situation is going to go. And that is actually what I got. That's what I had. That was it.
Very good. Good job, everybody. Miranda Cat, if you want to go down the line and give the validation.
Stopped at 120, so that's like we've not had anyone so far that went 10 minutes or even 8.5. Like even close. Oh, that's cool. Just thought I'd really give you that. Okay.
Okay, with Slither Claw. Yeah, I have passion. It is more of a, not really work. It's kind of just things I wanted to do that I started doing when I was younger. It's just more artist kind of stuff, drawing and acting and things like that I used to do. So that it does resonate what you said about that. And Tarot Buddy, I'm trying to like figure out who this woman is, and a lot of the things fit my grandmother. With the sewing, she sewed a bunch of things, and I think there is actually a quilt somewhere downstairs that I haven't looked at, and I actually didn't know she fully did that quilt. She might have done it when I was a little younger. But she had, like some of the stuff doesn't fit, but she did have a lot of problems with her legs and the mobility, and she had the short hair that was like grayish, and she wore glasses. She was short, 5'2", we're all short. She had, I think she had 3 daughters. And then the things that don't match is the matching stuff. She didn't really wear a lot of jewelry or of any kind, really, or really care about shoes and stuff. And I'm trying to think if, because you said aunt at first, and I'm trying to think of an aunt that matches this, and I don't have one that matches this. But yeah, I still have to kind of think about it a little bit, but a lot of it does match my grandmother. So I think a lot of it fits with her. And then Grace, yeah, you got exactly. I have really, really bad depression, so I'm tired all the time, and I feel drained. I sleep a lot. I don't have any motivation. It's just completely draining, and it's just because of recent losses that I've had, and a lot of it too is just you're right. I don't really have I don't know what to do going forward, because the last thing I did was kind of take care of my mom, and that was and I don't really know what I want to do going forward. I have ideas, but I'm not sure what to actually do. The schooling is funny because I went to college to be a teacher, and I graduated with the teaching degree, but I never did it because I was good at the lesson plans, but I just can't, I can't get a crowd of kids to listen to me. My voice would totally go out every day if I had to do that, and so I kind of decided not to do that. But I can see about, I do read a lot, and I'm trying to learn about new things and stuff, and like I said, I was going back to kind of doing some artist stuff and acting stuff and all that, and so I could see myself teaching that maybe in the future. The cycle breaker thing, I think maybe is relating to things that have happened from a lot of generations before me. The same thing happened, and nobody ever said anything, and I was the first one to say something, and it caused a big problem in my family, but I still said it because I wasn't going to let anybody stop me. And I think actually the teaching, the schooling and all that might be related to, because I always planned to write a book about it, and I keep stopping myself because there are so many people that are alive that would be upset about it. And it's kind of like, I kind of just let it go because I don't really want to, like most of my family doesn't believe me, or they don't like me anymore, and I don't really want to, I kind of like my dad, where I just want to have peace for the rest of my life. I kind of don't really want to upset any more things. I feel like I've said everything I needed to say, so I'm kind of just done with that, I feel like. But I mean, I don't know. Some days I feel like doing that again, but I don't know. And then Stacey, yes, I have the depression really, really bad. It's, yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, I know I need more companionship than my cats, yeah, but, yeah, I know I need to get out more. I don't really like the holidays. I was kind of not even talking to anybody for 2 months because I just don't, it just kind of all hit me again, and I was just glad when they were over. My boyfriend he does have a sister, and I only found these things out after he passed because he really didn't talk about it much in life. But yeah, she didn't like me because I was a whole lot younger than him, and she kept the things I've heard that she said are just, she just kind of made him feel shame. She shamed him for wanting to be with somebody my age, and his parents also didn't like that. But funnily enough, now that they're up there all and they see me, they or take it all back, and they wish they didn't ever say that to him because it held him back from kind of making moves that I thought he would make. The back pain is, yes, I have really bad back pain. It's from carrying everything when I was a kid and never listening to my parents when they told me not to carry all these heavy things. And so my back has been screwed up for about 10 years now. I said the female, a lot of it does fit with my grandmother. I know there is a quilt, but I'm not positive if she was the one that actually did the whole thing. She probably did, though, because she, as far as I know, she sewed a lot of stuff when I was with her. And I don't really, just about changing, like, generational things is just, I know a lot of my cousins have gone through some of the stuff I did, and they don't want to say anything, and I try to get them to, open up about it just because it's just to feel better. But they're more like my parents, who just kind of told me to sweep it under the rug and forget about it. But I wasn't going to do that, so I'm glad I kind of said something. But yeah, you all are pretty spot on. It's just the only thing that was, I'm still confused about is the lady. It's a lot of it is my grandmother, but I'd probably come to me who this woman is later, but I just can't think of who it could be right now.
I have to say, that sounds like my mother. You describe my mother when you're talking about everything matching.
Oh.
I could also be blending people.
You said that too, so
Yeah.
I would say the same thing before you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was very put together.
Buddy, what did you say?
Could be blending spirits together. If I got more than one,
Okay,
that happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
that's totally cool.
Me too.
All right, mentors, go for it. Maeve, you want to start?
She pulled a rune.
Oh, okay. Drew, do you want to start? Uh-oh.
Mute button helps. Okay, so the rune you pulled, Berkano. You're right. That was well read. My only question is, why just the single rune?
Same thing that happened when I was reading the cards. I got nervous that I would interpret too much that wouldn't be as accurate. And so I stuck with one rune for one person because it's easier for me to focus the energy on that rune and interpret it correctly than it is to try to focus my energy on all the runes. Like, say I pull 3 runes, the energies would just mess with me, and I wouldn't interpret it the way it was supposed to be. I've had that happen before.
Would you be willing to try, doesn't matter, because this is all practice, would you be willing to try 2 runes on your next reading, and we help you out?
Yes, I would like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to ask the same thing. But other than that, did really well.
Cool.
Thank you.
Any info for Tarot Buddy, Maeve, Deb, Drugan?
All dogs.
I think she said for you, Deb.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear it. Okay, so I like the way when you come out of the gate, or whatever you want to say, the first thing is the way you address a sitter. It's very respectful, and there's emotion there. Like, you don't just say, oh, okay, hey, how you doing? Like, you're very good at addressing the sitter. Very good. I love the way you do that. Like, when I say love, I'm a Southern, so I love everything. And when I don't, I just hate it, and I'll tell you. But my point is, I don't mean it mean. But I do. I like the way you address the sitter. And then you also wrote it down. I had to make sure I have to write all these and then let me get my arrows right. All right, I got you. I wanted to ask you, when you felt the ant, did you feel the ant or did you see the ant first? Or how do you?
Clear audience. I heard it.
Right. Okay, so you heard it. Kind of hear it?
Yes, I heard it.
The reason why is I saw it and I heard it, but I didn't know. But I was wondering, like, I wonder how he gets that. How it's interesting. That's awesome. And I have read Miranda Cat for over 3 years. So, like, I love this lady. I know her well, but I was like, where do I put that? But my point is, you're very, very good with the sitter, which to me, it's all about them and their loved ones. So that's a huge thing, to be really good with people, relatable, respectful and all that, and caring. You did all that really good. There was a part no, that's not with you. Addressing how they feel, and maybe when you said 2, I believe you said, I was getting the number 2. All of a sudden you said, I got daughters. And then you said, and I was like, I heard 2. And then you said, I'm getting maybe 2 daughters, or you said, I'm getting 2 daughters. Mm-hmm. So I thought, well, where does that go? Because she doesn't have children, I'll just say. And then I'll shut up about that. Anyway, I don't know where the 2 went, but it's weird that, like, you're getting right there. I don't know how else to say it. And then that's all. Basically, you did really great. I mean, your timing's really, really good. But you make a point, you make points, so you think you're going to use your 10 minutes because people have to. Debbie's got to. And then all of a sudden you're like at 5:15, it's over, but you didn't just leave it hanging ever. And that's right. A really big deal. And Slither, same thing. Excellent.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Oh, do I go with Grace? Or may go with Grace?
Oh no, you're doing mediumship.
Jesus. Okay, the first thing with Grace, you did really good. I like the way you addressed the sitter. I think you pull back a little bit sometimes, and I think that you're thinking, what are they thinking in the audience? And I can feel it, like, sometimes. And then also, I have a thing that, there's something going on, and I had to learn. I don't do it, but when you say, I thought you were headed down a medical way of going with them, and I was like, oh, no, because right now they're flagging like crazy. But okay. You were saying sciatic. You felt like something with the sciatic. Did you not say that? Or back? I wrote sciatic, and I wrote back for Stacey, said back problems. But yeah, you said sciatic. Okay, so I don't know if she's verified that or not, but my point is, that was fine. It's where mediums try to say, go get that checked, and you need to do this. Now they're really on TT.
That makes sense.
So I was just trying to be like, but anyway.
How would I like figure out, because clearly being pregnant with twins is not relatable for many people, and so would I just say back problems instead of like trying to relate it to myself?
Yes, but if that's your reference, what you feel like, okay, that means it's a back problem. You relate it with that, then you can. But always remember, you may be getting it for another. You know what I mean? Like, it's not yours. That's not your pain or something. Some mediums feel every pain they get. I've got a pounding headache right here. Just started about 5 minutes ago. I don't know whose it is. It's not mine. I don't feel like at all. But yeah, I just heard you say sciatic. That's nothing wrong with that. You can say sciatic. But if you're telling her you think you picked it up, that she's got it, blah, 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 you need to go get it checked. That's kind of like covering that rule that they're nailing people on right now. Anyway, just so you know, but I mean, everything else was really good. There was another part you wrote. I had to get to it all. You did say something about stop worrying, did you not? You need to get on with, right? Okay, so I want to make sure it's you, because I write sloppy, Stephen knows that, but it's you. Okay, and she, I believe, validated it. She validated it, and you're right about depression. You know, we all can have depression. I'm just saying you really pick up the energy. So that's all I'm going to go with. But you did really good. And further, I didn't get to say, but I thought you did amazing. And they are working you out of that one, but yet you still stay in your comfort zone because they're not pushing you out of it. You know what I mean? They're helping you out of it. I think that's amazing because you've got them to help. Cool. So, yeah, I don't know who else.
You have anything to Stacey?
Well, aren't y'all going to say anything? Like y'all?
Well, yeah, I'll let you speak first. Especially since she is actually your mentee, so I don't want to overstep on that.
Okay, you can't overstep. The only thing, I'm not harder on her, but I'm like, you did really good, Stacey. You did really good. You picked up ABC, and ABC is it. I knew the minute I heard it, yes, that would relate. Yes, that would relate, because I know her, just like with the other ones. Do I bring up that part that I talked to you about, Stephen?
Sure.
Okay, there's a part that I was a bit uncomfortable with. I'm going to be honest. It has nothing, like I said, you probably know nothing about this. On my page is a full reading with her that said boom, boom, boom of what you said and some other stuff. However, it's also on her page. That doesn't mean it's bad, but my alert buttons were like, what? Because we do that when we do readings, but nothing to do with this reading. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no inclination of me saying, oh, you looked at the page. We don't.
Oh, okay.
Because you didn't know who was coming up here. None of you did.
Okay, I got you.
But if you'd have looked at my page, because I know y'all have checked it out, because I know who does and who reads it. I did whole thing. Miranda, I'm going to make it really short if I can. Someone that she worked with was very dearly in love with her. She was in love with. It's one of those true love stories on TV. He's older. The family said, no, she'll never love you like that, blah, blah, blah. I end up talking to her, bringing this man up in a reading, and she's like, he loved me? What? I know he liked me, but I didn't know he's in love with me. No, this man loved her. Like, that was it for him. He had argued with his parents. So it's a big deal. So what I'm saying it for is sometimes, that triggers mine, but because I'm very against that. Everybody is. It's on here. We're legit. I'm just saying, I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what's on this reading. But it's like, I'm not saying, like I said, any of y'all, but it's just crazy. So I said, Stephen, that stuff's all on the 2 pages of on here everywhere. Like,
was the stuff that I picked up on her page?
Yeah, it's exactly like you talked about how the family did not get along with it. They wanted him not with her. Bam, bam, bam. Exactly happened. Exactly like that.
But also, there could be the layaway that's what Spirit was telling us.
No, I didn't say she did this. I'm just saying,
yeah.
At first, I'm going to be honest. Like, I'm like, because I've had someone do this this is yours. Doesn't matter. My point is, we have to be careful. And you didn't do any of that. You don't know her. And if you read my page, then you've already, because I know you've checked out my pages.
I check out your page all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say, but it's not, I'm saying let's say that we had it all planned and someone could have done it and they did it to me in a reading and it just didn't end good, I'll tell you that. But I'm saying this is just a thing that I brought up because it bothered me.
Okay, so anybody else from the outside could possibly look and say, hey, she could have checked out her page. She didn't get that because she knew that already.
Well, yeah,
I got what you're saying.
and people do that stuff even when it's not true. But what I'm saying is, for the people that read my page or look at Miranda Katz's page or Miranda Katz's people's page, it's on there. It's all about it. She went and found him. She found where he was buried. She found everything, and it's amazing. It's a beautiful thing. It's just wow. It's a long one too, but it's a story. It's like a love story. It's crazy. I loved it. Anyway, I'm done, and I'm sorry.
You're good. I'll throw in my 2 cents. So for Slytherin and Buddy, I wasn't able to hear your entire reading, but I do have stuff that I want to kind of challenge you to. Drugan and Maeve already kind of have shown it. Slither Claw, sorry. Try doing 2. Try pushing your boundary with the runes and see what else you get. You might be surprised. And if you have to add a 3rd, go for it. It's okay to do it in here tonight because you're practicing.
Gotcha.
And with runes, I am a rune reader. So I love listening to what the runes have to say, even if they are harsh. So give it a try, Slither. Push a boundary. Buddy, my little tip for you is, I know Stacey does it, and you're doing spirit-led. Now, I'm not a medium. I want to make that a disclaimer right now. I'm not a medium, so maybe things that might help you to kind of pinpoint instead of, like, you mentioned earlier that you feel like it was a mixture of spirits. So maybe you can also ask, maybe we can have the next sitter, if you want to, the next sitter who comes on up, they can give you a spirit to try to go for. And then I know Stacey also asks too, and then they can give Stacey to pick up a different spirit. That way there isn't a mix.
Yeah, I can do it that way also.
Try it. Just see what happened there. Grace, I was coming in and out with your read. I think how you handle yours is very flowing. I like how you are able to pick up on emotion and how the sitter is feeling. I also wrote down, I think it's really freaking neat that you put astrology into your read. Even though you said, and I quote, didn't mean to do astrology, but it's cool that you're able to pinpoint another mix of divination into a reading that helps boost it. So if you feel like that helps, don't block that. Bring in the astrology. Go for it. And then Stacey Downing. Miss Stacey Downing. I've watched you do stuff all the time, and I love how you read. I really do. And in this round, I feel like you were flowing. You look comfortable, which I want to add that. I know lately you've been having some, like, irks. But
I'm doing great now.
You look great right now. So keep that confidence and keep that momentum going. I'm really excited to see the next read that you do if you're wanting to stay in the 3rd round, okay? All right. That's my take. That's my note.
Amazing. Every one of you. It's like, damn. And with y'all, who else to pull another card with but y'all 3? Like, it's amazing. Heck yeah.
I just wanted to say for Stacey that I never really, I only heard from one person, and I never posted about it really, but you did pick up on the sister. I mean, from this other person I talked to, I heard these really, really bad things she was saying, and it's just like, I didn't really talk about it, so I mean, you did pick up on that. It's not something you could have possibly gotten somewhere else, nor would I think you would. So I just wanted to say everything you did get was stuff that I know was from spirit.
Okay,
just from my own heart, I know it is.
She was awesome. It was an awesome reading, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a question on that. Is that so? I actually just looked up her really super quick because where I was getting like that twin thing, I was like, "There's no way that she's pregnant." Like, there's like that's just kind of a weird thing to ask. And so I went to her page to like see, And so I guess that's not okay then. Is that what I'm hearing?
Okay, no. In my room, someone, please help me, Lord. Not to say a name. No, someone in my room literally one time read off exactly what was on the front of their TikTok page. And I mean verbatim by word. And she had taken a break, and when she come back, she didn't know anything in 5 reads, and then she just knocked the shit out of the park. Did that make me feel a little way? Yeah, I did.
Gotcha. I just wasn't sure.
Not everybody.
Asking someone if they're pregnant, like, that's not cool.
Yeah. No, you're
Well,
fine.
if you can read it, why go to their page, period?
Okay.
If you're going to be reading. I'm just being, I'm very blunt and honest about that stuff. I don't need to go look at their page before I read them, because it's just like now, we're reading who comes up here. We don't know who we're going to read. That's the way it should, I just like it that way. Personally, just...
Yeah, Grace and Stacey both got the back pain, and I don't, I don't know what it's like to be pregnant, but I mean, I just know my back is like destroyed because of, I can just imagine I carried things that I was never supposed to. My parents were like, "You're gonna suffer someday," and I'm like, "No, I'm not." And I hit like 35, and my back is like, it collapses basically.
Miranda, I used to tell my daughter the same thing, like, don't lift that. Well, he's not going to pick it up. I'm like, well, what do you mean? Like, just ask your husband to do it, please. It's just, like, it's hard.
I'm stubborn. That's all it is.
Yeah, we're
and I think you all did really great. No, sorry, Steve.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say everybody did great, and I appreciate all of you so much.
Well, Miranda Cat, thank you for coming on up and being the sitter. Appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. We're going to gently put you back down in the comments. Okay. Very gracefully put you back down in the comments. Very gracefully, very softly. There we go.
Stephen, they said there's an etiquette, or Maeve, or Virgin, anybody, that there is a etiquette way to put people down. And I meant to read it last night. Are you effing kidding me? Like, there's a way to properly put people down. Like, I noticed with you, you just do disconnect all. I found out, don't you?
When like I'm ready to.
When it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah. I just hit disconnect all and drop.
I've never seen a disconnect all in my life. I'll sit there one at a
So you hit the guest button, and then there's that X button with the 2 people on it. It annihilates all of you. And
I didn't know that. So I was letting one down at a damn time. It's wonder you didn't say something to me about that, smart, like, you dumbass Debbie.
When it's at the end, he just tosses us out. It's
very. I gotta do an outro.
And then somebody started this. Don't do this with the rhythm and all this. So they were like, make sure you don't, you have to take each one down personally. And so I was wasting hours doing that. But anyway, I'm like, it's crazy. There's Mr. Tony. I've not seen him since I read him way.
Long time ago.
July? Yeah, you were there. In fact, I've got it on my YouTube. You're there.
All right, Grace, Buddy, Slither, Stacey, do you want to do a round 4, or do you want to tag? Not round 4, round 3. Do you want to do a round 3, or do you want to tag out?
I'd like to do at least one more.
I'd love to do
one more. Stace? I already know your game.
Like, I just got here.
I know. I just got to make sure.
I'm playing. Hey, Stephen, I'm going to get up and do some.
All right. Well, while you do your thing, I'm going to get the next sitter in here. All right. We have 35 people in here. Lovely, lovely 35 people. And so, Drugan, pick a number between 60 to 100. When you got it, let me know.
All right, I got it.
All right. Go ahead and start plugging in those numbers. Remember, though, Drugan is only looking at the first 3 that are, as they pop in. All right? He's not going to scroll up.
Journey with 99.
99 for Journey with a Gurney. Congratulations, Journey. I will invite you on up here. There's our other mentor, Melanie. She finally woke up, everybody. Good morning, Mel.
No,
Hey, Gurney, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Congratulations on being the winner.
Thank you.
You're the wiener.
The
So,
wiener.
Gurney, what you're going to need,
Wiener.
you're going to need a pen and paper because they are going to read you. All right, so write down what resonates, write down what doesn't resonate, and at the very end, when all 4 of them are done, then you can validate them, okay?
Perfect.
All right. And
And don't
I
forget,
was just
so we'll
gonna
be
say,
connecting
I
with.
was just, don't rush me.
Just double check.
Gurney, if you can, I'm going to have Stacey and Buddy ask you a question. Don't give them the same one. Give them two different spirits if you can.
Okay.
Yes.
So go ahead and give Stacey. Go ahead, Stace.
Yeah, just tell me the relationship of who you want me to try to pick up for you.
My oldest daughter.
Okay.
Buddy, if you want to go ahead and tap in too, you can.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that, or a name of someone else.
Wendy.
Okay.
All right, well, they do their thing. Slither, you're leading when you're ready.
All right. Hi, Journey.
Hello.
I'm going to try doing 2 runes this time. Starting with the first one. Radial, I think. It's the one that looks like an R. I don't know how to say it. But
Raid, though?
Like a lowercase r?
uppercase R.
Uppercase, that's a raid though.
Right, okay. But, no, evolution or change, like evolving into a change. Next rune is Ensus, which means communication. It also so what I'm giving is that you are going through a period of evolution, but in order to achieve your future self that you want to be, you're having to work on your communication with someone that is important to you. It could be, I'm getting a maternal figure, someone in your life who is a maternal figure to you. Your communication with her is kind of strained. So in order to truly evolve to who you want to be, you need to work on the communication with her. That's what I got for the reading.
What was that second rune?
She said Anzus,
Oh, Anzus. Okay.
the rune of communication, also the rune of endurance.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know how to say them yet.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You're doing great. All right, buddy. When you're ready to take over.
Okay. Hey, Journey, how are you?
Thank you.
Excellent. So the first thing I'm feeling for Wendy Journey is I feel like her personality would be very warm and caring.
For sure.
And I feel like, I feel like she would be the person that would be like the inviting person. If you go to her house, she would be taking care of you, making sure that you have all that you want and need in her house, treating you, the best way a guest can be treated in anyone's house. I do feel like she has very warm, caring, kind, gentle energy, and I feel like it's just washing over me, and I really feel that she was a beautiful person, caring, and really wanted to take care of people. So that's the first thing I'm feeling.
Okay.
The next thing I'm feeling is I got this in the beginning, and I want to say that if this is not a sister, it's a sister-like energy. Someone who would be almost like a sister if they're not your actual sister.
Okay.
Now, I'm not the greatest with relationships, so if that doesn't make sense, we'll figure that out. But let me keep going.
Okay. Yes. Keep going.
I feel like I see this person doing some baking, or I see her in the kitchen. And let me see if I can lean into this to see exactly what's happening here.
Okay.
But I feel like she would have liked to do some type of cooking or baking, because I do see her making. It doesn't look like extravagant things, but the example I'm being given is like, okay, I'm baking cookies, or I'm making something from a recipe.